Hello and welcome to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. In this week's edition, we'll review selected races from Saturday, August 19 and Sunday, August 20. This included the Arthur Jones Memorial Cup, which was the feature event on Saturday, as well as the Caymanas Park 1959 Trophy, which was contested on Sunday. Let's begin our highlights package with race 4 from Saturday. This included a field of 7 maidens competing over 1,820 meters. Slam Dunk, the mount of informed rider Dane Dawkins for trainer Gary Sabrati, was a 4-5 favorite.
They're off on racing, not a bad line. Slam Dunk gets a good start. Also there, that's Newland Links. Here comes Ken is right there too, out wide and coming around and trying to circle horses. That's Here Comes Doc. They go towards the clubhouse turn, and it is Here Comes Ken on that lead, being tracked intently by the one horse, that's Slam Dunk. Also there, that's Newland Links. Moving up nicely, that's Here Comes the Doc. And Here Comes Doc now goes down into second. Then comes Lady Karma, the trailing pair of Home Alone and Mr. Senator. They pass head toward the 6, and it is Here Comes Doc on that lead from Here Comes Ken. These are the two leaders, about 2 lengths in front of Slam Dunk racing in second. Then comes Newland Link. Lady Karma is next. Sneaking up against the rail, that's Mr. Senator, and racing at the back of the field as they pass the 5, that's Home Alone. They're really bunching up though as they come toward the 4, and now stretching that lead, it's Here Comes Doc, about 3 lengths in front, and it looks like he's intending on going all the way. It's Here Comes Doc, about 4 lengths in front. Slam Dunk, sensing the danger, goes in chase. Mr. Senator is really making eye-catching progress right there in 4th and looks to be tiring. That Here Comes Ken right against the rail and recovering. That's Home Alone. Then comes Newland Links, and racing at the back of the field, that's Lady Karma. They're coming to the lane, and it is Here Comes Doc in front. Not by far though. Here comes Mr. Senator and Slam Dunk to pick up things, and now Slam Dunk in the middle. Mr. Senator out wide there, rubbing shoulders and really rubbing shoulders, but it's Mr. Senator now hits the front from Slam Dunk. Slam Dunk will have to find more. Mr. Senator is driving forward, and Mr. Senator now goes on by 2 lengths from Slam Dunk right against the rail. That's Here Comes Doc running on. That's Home Alone, but it's Mr. Senator in front, and Mr. Senator in charge. He's in Parliament today, and he'll win. Mr. Senator in front by about 5 lengths. Slam Dunk will be second. Home Alone runs on to be third. Then comes Here Comes Doc.
Following a steward's inquiry, first past the post, Mr. Senator was disqualified and placed 4th. The final placing saw the win going to the favorite Slam Dunk. In second was Home Alone, followed by Here Comes Doc and Mr. Senator in 4th. Race 6 saw the field reduced to 10 runners, following the scratch of Casual Treasure. Here's how they raced, going 1,400 meters with Radish Sneaky Fox Roman aboard the 92 favorite Coalition.
They're off and racing. Little Miss Nisha and Golden Loyalty, the last two to lead the gate as they come towards the 6 furlong point. And on the inside, Princess Aquila, just the leader from Coalition, racing in second, right against the rail and recovering nicely. That's Golden Loyalty going down into third. Then comes Sky Rizzy. Behind that one, we find Princess Aquila. Also there coming around, that is a Sweet Victory right against the rail. That's Atomic Energy, the Bee's Knees is right there too. The Killer Mockingbird is also recovering and racing at the back of the field as they leave the 4, Little Miss Nisha. They go towards the 3 furlong point, and Sky Rizzy is in front, about 3 lengths in front of Coalition, right there into second. Mo Aviator has made good ground and gone down into third, right against the rail and coming on 2. That is Golden Loyalty. The Bee's Knees is also recovering. Then comes Sweet Victory and Atomic Energy. They're at the top of the lane. And Sky Rizzy is in front, but being tackled on the outside by Coalition. And Coalition now pokes and goes through its Coalition in front of Sky Rizzy. Coalition begins to go away from these. Also running on is the Bee's Knees. It's Coalition in front, the Bee's Knees. Coming up the rail, a furlong to travel. It's Coalition in front, the Bee's Knees. Running out wide and coming on. That is a Atomic Energy, but it's Coalition in front and hanging on from the Bee's Knees. Coalition driven out for all it's worth. Coalition beats the Bee's Knees. Then comes Sweet Victory, Atomic Energy, and Mo Aviator for your high 5.
Victory by 1 1/4 lengths landed rider Radish Roman and trainer Dale Murphy inside the winner's enclosure. The winning time from Coalition covering 1,400 meters was logged at 1 minute 31 seconds flat. Six-time champion rider Omar El Champo Walker was aboard the fancied Huntsman for the day's 7th race. Here's how that encounter unfolded.
They're off and racing. Burlap Roulette Boss is left at the back of the field. Going through for that lead, that's Duracell showing speed. Right there behind Duracell, that's Huntsman and Awesome Anthony as they go towards the 6 furlong point, and it is Awesome Anthony and Huntsman. Huntsman pulling a train at the moment as they head towards the 5, right against the rail. That's Burlap. Then comes Duracell, and behind that Duracell, we have the Citadel and Roulette Boss. He has never been in it. They go towards the 4 furlong point and making the runnings. That is Huntsman, narrowly just the leader from Burlap, edging up against the inside. Huntsman in front of Burlap, 2 lengths away before we come to Awesome Anthony. Duracell is another 2 lengths away. Then a gap before we come to the Citadel, and you can forget about Roulette Boss. They are coming to the passing the 3, and it is now Burlap has now hit the front, and Burlap begins to stretch this lead. Huntsman will have to do better. Burlap in front at the top of the lane. Huntsman steps out wide. Burlap steps against the rail. It's Burlap in front and looks to be in firm control. Coming to the furlong and a half pole, running on, that's Duracell, but this Burlap is really traveling well. Coming to the furlong pole, Huntsman needs to do a lot more. Also coming on, that is Duracell, but this Burlap is not for catching, at least not today. Burlap begins to pull away from these. The battle is clearly on for second. Burlap goes on to win by about 7. Looks like Duracell and Huntsman in that photo. Looks like Duracell might be second, Huntsman might be third. Awesome Anthony. Then comes the Citadel.
A massive 9 3/4 length victory by Burlap saw the favourite Huntsman being upstaged, covering 1,500 metres for jockey Javanil Patterson and Richard Azan. Burlap was a class above the field in clocking 1 minute 34 2/5 of a second. Race 8 saw veteran rider Paul Francis aboard the 4 to 5 favourite Lady Abimala. 9 faced a starter covering 1,000 metres, or 5 furlongs round.
And there they go. They're off and racing. Kismet misses it and is left at the back of the field early as a Digital Light blasts into an early lead. Lady Abimala tracking intently in a second as they come towards the 4 furlong point. Lady Abimala now scoots through from Digital Light. Right on the outside of that one, that is Running Glory. Then comes behind them, that's Joyce Golden. Epic comes next. Then comes She's a Mirage. Hustling up, that is Natural Dancer, also overtaking the Love of God, and Kifmet racing at the back of the field. They're coming into the lane shortly, and Lady Abimala, just the leader. Digital Light coming back for more on the inside. Left on the outside, that is Running Glory, but it is Lady Abimala and Digital Light. Digital Light is really a threat on the inside. Lady Abimala and Digital Light also coming on. That's Joyce Golding. It's Lady Abimala finding some more. Digital Light is still there. Lady Abimala and Digital Light, they're fighting it out. Lady Abimala sticks the neck in front, and Lady Abimala beats Digital Light. Then comes Joyce Golden. Kismet runs on to be 4th, and racing 5th, the Love of God.
Lady Abimala justified the favourite's tag to win by 3/4 of a length. Second went to Digital Light, followed by Joyous Golden, Kismet, and the Love of God. Race 9 was the Arthur Jones Memorial Cup. This was a 3-year-old and up overnight allowance race going 1,200 metres. Freedom Street was a late non-starter. Is that a fact? The mount of red-hot Ryan Lewis for champion trainer Jason DaCosta was sent off as an even money favourite.
They're off and racing, not a bad line. Inspire Force, the last one at the back of the field. Rajon the Pilot blast into an early lead as they head toward the 5 furlong point. Being hounded already by Is That a Fact as they pass the 5. Is That a Fact narrowly in front of Rajon the Pilot. Then comes I've Got Magic. Race car follows that one right against the rail. That's Taurus Boy making some progress. Out wide, that is a Curlin's Affair. Behind Curlin's Affair, El Professor, and firmly planted at the back, Inspire Force. They head toward the 3. Is That a Fact? In front, a length and a half, maybe 2. From Rajon the Pilot, chasing intently, 3 lengths away, or 2 lengths away, before we come to I've Got Magic. Race car is traveling with Taurus Boy. Behind them, that is Curlin's Affair. They're at the top of the lane. Is That a Fact? He has blown the coupe wide open, about 4 or 5 lengths in front. Rajon the Pilot still chasing, coming on Also on the outside that I've got Magic, but is that a fact? Coming to the furlong pole, is that a fact in front and really traveling nicely? Is that a fact? Is running away with the Arthur Jones Memorial Cup? Or is that a fact? Bounding in, it's 3 win on the day for Action Pack Ray and Lewis. Is that a fact in the afternoon sun? Winning. It got tight for second between Rajon the Pilot and I've got Magic.
Is that a fact? Cruised to victory by 7¼ lengths to land Saturday's feature event, the Arthur Jones Memorial Cup. The US importee clocked 1 minute 13 seconds flat, going the distance of 1,200 meters. Saturday's 10th event was Ray and Lewis on board another favorite in Fearless Rainer. Here's a look at Saturday's nightcap with 10 starters going 1,400 meters.
They're off and racing. Moneybox and Waterman John, the two slowest, but not by much, as they head toward the 6 furlong point. It's Ava Sunshine, just the leader from Fearless Rainer. Xylophonic Steel coupling up against the rail. Then comes Clowning Around. Right there too, that's Moneybox recovering. Juby Wap Wap comes next. Charming Sound for the dose. Right against the rail, that's Waterman John, Adorable J, and Out Wide, Always Right. They come towards the 4 furlong point and making the running. Xylophonic Steel, just the leader from Ava Sunshine. Fearless Rainer is right there too. Watch Moneybox sneaking up between horses, but has to be switched. Also coming on, that's Clowning Around as they come towards the 3 furlong point, and it is making the running. Xylophonic Steel, Fearless Rainer hunting up right there too. Also coming on, that's Clowning Around. Moneybox is still in with the shot 3 lengths away before we come to Waterman John after that bad start recovering. Also Juby Wap Wap fading out of it a bit. That is Adorable J there at the top of the lane, and now Moneybox hits the front. It's Moneybox in front trying to steal the night pan. Moneybox in front. Waterman John begins to come forward nicely. Fearless Rainer is still there and Clowning Around, but Moneybox paced against the rail, coming to the furlong pole about 3 lengths in front. It's Moneybox running on strongly. It's Waterman John, but Moneybox is not for catching in the night pan. It's Moneybox beginning to pull away. Waterman John did well to stay into second. Moneybox beating Waterman John. Fearless Rainer. Then comes Clowning Around, and maybe Always Right for 5th.
No luck for Fearless Rainer as Moneybox was first past the post to secure Saturday's final event. Second went to Waterman John, followed by Fearless Rainer back in third, Clowning Around in fourth, and Always Right in fifth. So a fabulous day of racing concluded with jockeys Dane Dawkins and Ray and Lewis both securing 3 victories. Meanwhile, in the trainers category, there were 2 wins apiece for Patrick Lynch and Gary Sabrati. It's now time for a break on the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. When we return, we review the highlights from Sunday, the 20th of August. Welcome back to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. It's time to turn our attention to the highlights from Sunday, August 20. This included a high-level claiming event for thoroughbreds 3 years old and upwards, as well as the day's feature, the Caymanas Park 1959 Trophy. Race 2 is where we'll begin. A field of 6 competed in what was a highly anticipated clash. Nuclear Noon, the mount of jockey Tevin Foster, for champion trainer Anthony Baba Nunez, was a hot 1-9 favorite.
2. They're off and racing. Rassimanuel breaks winging in the middle. Nuclear Noon got a very nice start also. Closest to us, that's Catalina. As they come towards the 4 furlong point. Also there, that's ENI Links early, but it is making the runnings. Rassimanuel, Nuclear Noon is right there too. So Rassimanuel and Nuclear Noon coming to the 3 furlong pole. It looks like Nuclear Noon just the leader from Rassimanuel right on the premises. Right behind them, that is Turn On the Light. Closest to the rail, that's Catalina. Rassimanuel begins to dart across the middle. Nuclear Noon looks to have the overall lead. Rassimanuel over on the far side. Also coming on, that's Bugatti. Rassimanuel running a big one on the far side. Nuclear Noon has to get busy. Coming to the furlong pole, Nuclear Noon in front of Rassimanuel. Nuclear Noon firmly on top. Rassimanuel still fighting on though. It's Nuclear Noon coaxing in for an effortless win in the second race. Nuclear Noon by about 3 lengths. Rassimanuel is second. Then comes Catalina. Got tight for fourth. ENI Links or Bugatti.
Nuclear Noon brushed aside all rivals to win by 2 3/4 lengths, covering 1,000 meters or 5 furlongs straight. Nuclear Noon clocked 1 minute and 4/5 of a second. Race 5 saw a field of 10 fillies competing over 1,200 meters. Here's the race call from commentator Kevin Burnside.
Looks as though we might be ready. They're off and racing. That's a good line. Rushing through, that's May Sellington. Right there too, that's Glittering Star. So Glittering Star goes through from May Sellington, hustling up in the middle. That is She's Alone. Right there too, Veliki Vicky as they pass the 5. Lady Ramdulari is scrambling around. Noisy Lady right against the rail. Miss Linton comes next. Then comes A Beautiful Moon and Princess Talisi at the back of the field. But this one is fleet-footed. It's Glittering Star, about 6 lengths in front of chasing in second. That's May Sellington. She's Alone, tucked in right against the rail. 3 lengths away before we come to Lady Ramdulari. Recovering, that is Veliki Vicky. Also coming on, that's Beautiful Moon. But this one still not messing around. Still has a 6-length lead. It is Glittering Star at the top of the lane. Chased by May Sellington. Glittering Star in front. May Sellington still staring at the back of Glittering Star, who looks to be full of run. Also coming on the outside, Veliki Vicky. Glittering Star bringing them to the furlong pole. It's Glittering Star on a nice looking lead, about 6 or 7 lengths. May Sellington begins to come forward. Glittering Star still has a good advantage. It's Glittering Star holding on from May Sellington. Glittering Star about 5 lengths in front. May Sellington is second. Got tight between Princess Talisi and Veliki Vicky.
Conditioned by trainer Lauren Curlew, Glittering Star shone brightest to win by 4 3/4 of a length. The top 5 placings were completed by May Sellington, Veliki Vicky, Princess Talise, and Lady Ramdulari. Sunday's featured event was the Caymanas Park 1959 trophy. 8 broke from post, covering 1,600 meters.
1 mile a trip. They're off and racing right away in the Caymanas Park 1959 trophy. Blinking Light, that's a flyer, gets a good start. Also on the far side, that's Geolithic. So Geolithic and Blinking Light leading them past the 7 with Geolithic just the leader from Blinking Light. As they come past the 6 furlong point, it's Geolithic by a half a length. From Blinking Light racing in second. Sister D is right there in third. They pass the 6. From Sure to Bend is right there in fourth. Then comes Superior, right beside Superior, that is Norblar, making progress. That's Pretty Caroline, and racing at the back of the field, All for Love. They pass the heading to the 4, and it is in front and making the runnings, and now slipping away from them. And it is Geolithic, about 6 lengths in front, traveling nicely. Norblar goes down into second, fading a bit. That's Blinking Light. From Sheer to Bend is also coming on, making some progress. That's Superior, but Geolithic is in front at the 3 furlong pole, about 6 lengths in front of Norblar. Another 4 before we come to Sheer to Bend. Then comes also coming on, that is Superior. Pretty Caroline is making some progress, recovering from that bad break. That's All for Love. They're at the top of the lane, and Geolithic they're still staring at the back end of Geolithic. Running on, it's Norblar. It's Geolithic, keeps on rolling. They're coming to the final furlong pole. Geolithic and Action Pack. Rain Lewis trying to get this one home. Geolithic in front and looks to be clear. They're coming to the half a furlong pole, Geolithic, and this might be the first winner for new trainer Peter John Prasad. So Geolithic, Action Pack Lewis, Peter John Prasad winning his first race. Second goes to Norblar. Then comes from Sheer to Bend. Looks as though we have the 4th, All for Love.
A fabulous ride from jockey Rain Lewis aboard Geolithic saw Peter John Prasad unsaddling his first winner as a trainer inside the winner's enclosure. The U.S. imported covered the distance of 1,600 meters in 1 minute 40 2/5 of a second. It's now time to bring the curtains down on another Caymanas Park highlight show, where there were memorable performances throughout the 2 days of racing. These included victories for Is That a Fact in Sunday's feature event, the Arthur Jones Memorial Cup. Meanwhile, on Sunday, Geolithic, partnered by Rain Lewis, handed Peter John, the son of Ian Prasad, his first victory as a trainer. That's it for another edition. We'll see you next time.